All right, everybody. Thank you. Welcome back. Jux, episode 20, following AFC and NFC championship weekend, following the first week of the wager wheel. Welcome back. If you're on YouTube, like and subscribe. If you're listening to us on Spotify, don't forget to follow, drop a rating. We got guest Hammy back with us again this week. First guest, reoccurring guest, friend of the pod, Ham. We got a lot of football to talk, a lot of hockey to talk. Hopefully, All-Star break coming up. But first, let's jump into one of the reasons Ham's on the pod. We've been calling him Philly Ham all season. He's got a heavy future on the Eagles. Eagles absolutely obliterate the 49ers. Ham, give us a little bit of insight on this game as you've been following the Eagles all year.
Okay, so I thought it would be a win. Didn't think it'd be a win like that. That was fun. It was very boring, very chill Sunday. Just watch Michigan State just get absolutely dummied at Mackey again for what seems like my whole life. But Brock Purdy goes down on like what one of the first couple drives, and
I think the soccer
here
drive, yeah.
comes NFL legend Josh Jackson. And I'm like, okay, yeah, we'll see you guys in Arizona. And I kind of just coasted and just dominant. It's fun. If this is what sports is all about.
You got confidence going into the Super Bowl?
Oh yeah, they match up perfectly with the Chiefs. Oh, the trenches dominate them. One of the best pass defenses in the league, and one of the best rush defenses against some soft Chiefs defense.
Should be a fun watch. Always got to be scared of Mahomes. Train Brock Purdy getting Tommy John surgery. We normally hear it in baseball. Any odds that this man is a starter for an NFL team next year, or a planned to be starter depending on how the surgery goes?
I think you asked me a while ago what kind of quarterback he is. I think you called him a bridge quarterback or asked me if he was going to be. I said I don't know if I can make that call with Kyle Shanahan as his coach. So I still don't know if I can make that call. I don't know if he did enough to be a starter anywhere else, especially with the offensive weapons he had at the 49ers. And I mean, the fact that he got hurt doesn't help. A 6 month, break from doing anything isn't gonna help him at all. And I mean, it's kind of getting back to the, start of the regular season of next year, somewhat. So
Is it
that's
Trey?
where I'm at.
Is it Trey Lance in 2023 to start the season?
Yeah,
100p.
100p.
Gnar, Ham, agree.
What's 6 months from now? I'm not a math guy when it comes to months.
Let's see.
August.
July.
Yeah, August.
Okay.
Well,
July, August.
yeah, it's
July,
February
August
1st
time.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
August. TJ though,
July 31st.
that's got to be best case scenario.
Really,
Turnbull
Jay?
Turnbull missed like a year and a half for Tommy John surgery.
Oh, Tommy John. Yeah, it's a weird injury for a football player. I mean,
I know they call it torn
odd.
UCL. You call that shit Tommy John.
We haven't seen that like in football ever. It feels like, and now Allen and Purdy have both had UCL problems this year.
Crazy. It's the new arm slots that the kids are throwing these days. Just like the pitchers. Tommy John now in baseball, dude, it's like it's not a matter of if you get Tommy John surgery, it's a matter of when. Most pitchers just like they get drafted, boom, Tommy John surgery. 40 minutes. It's the way they throw the balls nowadays. Next game, big quarterback, Patrick Mahomes. Burrow had his Bengals fans were calling it all week leading up. Chiefs beat the Bengals. Questionable game by a lot of people's standards. Led to a lot of questions about refs fudging calls, games being rigged. Arian Foster did not help those rumors by, well, I guess you can blame PFT a little bit for tweeting that out like that. But now a lot of the world is on the page of the NFL is rigged. And there are some people who go so far as to say it's really individually scripted. Would you say there's either A, the NFL is rigged, B, it's completely random, or C, it's soft rigged and the NFL, it's like, hey, refs, it wouldn't be the worst thing if this team won the game.
There.
Ner?
There.
Ner, is it rigged or no?
No, it can't be rigged.
Is it
can
soft rigged?
It can't.
If it
no,
was rigged,
no,
If
no,
it
no.
was rigged, Tom Brady would have got another ring one of these 2 years. He's a
You don't
golden
think there was
poster boy.
Yeah, so you don't want him winning rings, dude? You don't think Goodell was like, all right.
You guys, this is blasphemous. This is.
If it was, Bach, if it was rigged, he'd have another ring and he'd still be in the playoffs probably right now. And then he'd trot off on his high horse.
The
But
Cowboys
Cooper
would have
Kupp-
won before.
Cooper Cup fucking destroyed that plan.
The Lions
Well,
haven't
that's what
won
I'm
in
saying.
a
Soft
really long
rig.
time.
I don't think you can script a Cooper Cup season-ending injury. You know, like
No, I'm talking last year. I'm going back to last year's playoff when Cooper Cup ripped off a 60-yarder to get him field goal range in like 30 seconds.
I'm not even, and I'm not advocating that it is rigged. I'm just trying to keep conversation going on this.
Seems like you are. Seems like
Well, I'm
that's
playing
what
devil's
you are.
advocate here, so that way if someone's listening,
So
they
you
don't
are.
tune out. Me personally, no, but my words, yes. You don't think there's a world where the players don't even know it's rigged, but the refs do? Goodell knows, and he's like, they're just playing their game, but it's soft rigged with the refs, is what I'm saying. That's what a lot of the criticism came down to in this game.
Those quote unquote
Absolutely not.
controversial calls didn't even affect the game though. Not the only thing that affected the game was when Mahomes got hit out 36 feet out of bounds. Like they're gonna call that on the first play, they're gonna call that on the last play. None of the other penalties the game was a weird game. We've never seen that third down. The ref ran in it but it was too loud, so no one saw it. But then the replay showed that he was actually running in, stopping the play. So, and then they just ended up punting the ball regardless. So it didn't have any effect on the outcome of the game. And Burrow had a chance to win it. It's just he got stopped. So it's the whole ref sucked. Yeah, they were questionable. Maybe some calls. There were just a lot of penalties. There was, like I said in our group chat, there was a lot of doy-doys this weekend. Just players making dumb plays.
I think we see a lot more of that in general. Yeah, roughing the passer, first of all, was it egregious? Probably not. But you can't extend your arms, and you can't extend your arms near the sideline like that.
It was Are we talking the last play of the game before the field goal?
You mean the late hit, not roughing the passer?
Yeah, the late hit. I apologize. Yeah.
No, that was egregious, Bob.
Dude.
No,
he was almost out of the white area. That was
I know
as late of a hit as you could have had.
I think it's way harder to stop that kind of momentum than you guys are giving him credit for. But he definitely extended his arms and pushed Mahomes. You can't extend your arms, and that's what he did. You can run into Mahomes and knock him down. If you tuck your arms, I don't think that call happens.
We can feel bad for Asiasi, but what about that trainer that just got absolutely
I did see that.
He got crushed. I need an injury report on that guy.
Imagine being just sideline personnel, and it's like all these players get their doctor bills and surgery paid for, and you just get smacked by a $20 million player on the sideline. It's like, yeah, I mean, you can go to this hospital. It's close. Good luck, though. Let us know.
Also,
let us know when you're good to be back.
Also, you're fired. Collect unemployment for the next 6 months.
All right, so consensus, the NFL has no impact directly on its games. Or does not attempt to directly impact its games.
It's 100% rigged.
See, that's I'm just saying there's a chance. There's a chance, dude.
And
says the guy that lost the money in the bank.
Yes, that says so there's a little biased about it, but
yeah, there we go.
But what I will say is that was a penalty, and you could probably call a penalty on almost every single play in the NFL, whether it's a quick false start or a holding, block of the back.
There's a holding on every play.
Holding on every play. It's just a matter of fact whether you get caught.
So can it be done through the refs? 100%, it could be done. Is it? Probably not. But the way it felt, just in and what I mean by that is all those penalties were pretty much penalties. I don't think there was anything that was really outstanding that I was like, okay, that was blatantly not a penalty. They're trying to give the Chiefs the game. But I think you could just call it that way and just if you see it, you're just like, okay, all right, I'm gonna watch this guy. He's been holding every play. I'm gonna call it this time, or whatever. Like I think it can be done. And yeah, whenever I saw that last hit out of bounds, people online are trying to say like their feet tripped over each other. It happened, but like that was just like you can't do that.
Extend the arms.
Yeah, you can't do that. So I don't disagree with the penalties or most of them, but it definitely looked pretty suspicious, especially. I mean, even in the first game, the 49ers were doing it to themselves every single almost every single play. And that's how the Eagles got down there. I think the first possession or one of their first 3 scores were mainly because of the 49ers penalty.
Well, it's tough when you just like can't throw the football though, because
that was in the second half. Yeah,
still,
and when your coach doesn't challenge a play,
we didn't even mention
the
it.
Devonta Smith one.
That was crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
When he was like getting up, telling his team, he's like, "Run a play,
Hurry
run a
up!
play."
I don't know if I caught this football.
That should be enough for the other coach to throw the flag. If you see the if you see the guy who supposedly caught it going, "Coach, let's go, coach, I'm throwing that." Maybe you fake me out, but
and I'm throwing that red flag
immediately on the field.
Game of his coaching career.
That's what he's doing.
It could have went different ways, and I wish it didn't, but that's just the way it is. And is it rigged? It could be. Like with that game, it definitely looked like it just because of how many there were. They wanted Mahomes and the Eagles in the Super Bowl. Like you can't tell me they would have
send Burrow back to back. You can't.
You can't tell me they would have rather had.
You can't snub Mahomes twice in a row.
Like,
yeah.
They've sent Brady countless amount of times, and that's future logic.
Way more marketable. Way more marketable.
Dude, Burrow's one of the coolest, most marketable guys in the world.
Yeah, but the old heads don't like him. The old heads love Brady. Like that's a man. Joe Burrow, they'd be like, whatever. Yeah.
We're
not these NFL teams.
We're not the people who spend money, hand. That's the problem. We think we're a much larger majority, but they get those old people to start shelling out. That's how they.
All the old people that yell at you to sit down at games. Yeah. Fuck you, old people.
Well, that's mostly college, but yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know.
Can I drop enough bomb here?
Yeah, you can swear.
Okay, I was trying to remember.
No, it's allowed. Well, it's like allowed, but not allowed. We're probably not monetized on YouTube, but we don't have enough viewers for that.
There's a topic that could bring out a possible rant.
Good. I hope to bring it out, and I know what's going to bring it out, so I'll make sure to.
I don't think you do.
I don't think we're having this conversation if sports gambling didn't turn into what it has lately. I think a lot more people are wary of that. And sometimes if you follow the money, things work out. But I don't know. I just feel like I didn't see as much NFL as rigged. I can't remember seeing it, but now when people have got money on the games, i.e. Train with Money in the Bank, he's like, oh, yeah, of course it's rigged. Like, of course they want that. When it's not you, it's rigged. But if you're winning money, you're probably like, well, why not?
Was that a fair like statement though? Like you can easily call a game one way and not even make it look too bad on penalty's sake. And do I think that happened? Probably not. But it just looked like that because of, obviously after the game, everyone's going on Twitter and finding clips of these random calls that Cincinnati didn't get. But you could probably go back and do that for the same thing that, for the Chiefs. So.
I'm not entirely out on the idea that like Goodell's walking to his suite at the game and talks to the refs and he's like, hey, it wouldn't be a bad thing if the Chiefs won today, boys. And then like walked away. And like, obviously these refs don't want to do anything egregious where it's like, oh, it's obviously not a holding, but I think it might be enough where Goodell's like, hey, we wouldn't hate a Chiefs win, guys. Go get them. And they all go.
Every playoff game would be a close game if that was the case.
Not necessarily. Maybe sometimes Goodell doesn't say that, but I think there's some games where it's like if we get a chance, it could be Chiefs. Probably went to the Sweet and the Eagles game. It's like just let them go, boys. I don't know. I don't think he's saying it all the time. I just think there's some times where he's like, wouldn't be the worst if this happened. No, not like
Brock goes down, right? And he's like, "Oh man, we gotta switch the script. There's no way that this guy can come in and beat the Eagles."
Yeah.
Like maybe it's just on the fly, and they got him in his ear, and there's like, "All right, abandon ship."
See, I
Eagles.
don't know about that.
Do you think he has an abort button?
I mean,
abort the
you've
mission?
seen
Like
the
a big
B-Dubs
red button?
commercials.
Yeah, like abort.
I think there's a world where he might just not instructing them to do anything, but like, hey, opportunity comes up, we wouldn't hate a Chiefs win. So like, something like, okay, I'll throw if it looks questionable, maybe they lean a little bit. I'm not saying they're trying to lose their jobs, but you can just give them a little bit of like. No one's truly impartial. You can't find an impartial ref. It doesn't exist.
Cincinnati Philly would have been just the ultimate scumbag fan base.
That would have been crazy, dude.
It would have been just a movie down there.
Maybe Goodell didn't want like riots happening in the middle of Ohio.
Imagine if we were almost
Wouldn't have had Philly.
We were almost. Imagine if plans happened and we were in Philly with my future bet, or in Arizona with my future bet.
Oh,
my God.
That future bet would have went down the drain immediately, but oh my God, would we had a time.
It only would have cost you that future bet.
Yeah, exactly.
That would have been incredible.
Now I would like. This is what prompted me to invite Ham on the pod this week. And he didn't have too much to say in the group chat, but I tried to fire him up about it. We talked about it earlier. We talked about Coach of the Year standings. We had a good idea of the top 5 down, but all 3 of us had Dan Campbell at least comfortably in the top 3. Dan Campbell snubbed from Coach of the Year candidates. Ham, lead us off. What's going on?
Yeah.
Who
This
was
one-
it? Who was it? The top 3?
I'll go through it. I'll go through it.
I think there's 5 of them.
There's 5. I'll go through all 5.
5?
Yep, there's 5. So this wasn't what I was gonna rant about,
Oh,
but
okay.
like it kind of has a play into it.
Good. Let the plan happen if you need to.
You guys talked about Ben Johnson already, so
Yeah,
or have you? Yes, you did. Yes, you
a
did,
little
'cause
bit.
I
Well,
already
yeah,
saw it.
you broke the news to us right before the last pod.
I did. I called Frayne.
Yeah.
I was
There's breaking news
the
intro
jubilation.
last week.
Yeah. So was that last week?
No.
Yeah. 2.
Had to be 2.
Okay, I was gonna say, but anyways, so just a disgusting. It should be. I left me speechless. I told you I wasn't gonna complain, but I was saying I wasn't gonna complain because I could have went on forever about complaining, and I didn't want to complain because I'm happy. The direction is going. Like I like everyone in the organization. Duke Staley, piss off. Like next, find someone else to replace him.
He left today,
Fine.
just so everyone knows.
Find someone that likes Swift and wants
Running
to
back
use
coach.
Swift the right way. But so the 5 candidates were Dayball should win Coach of the Year. Peterson took over a fingering butthole coach. McDermott,
First to
odds-on
worst to
Super
first.
Bowl favorite, lost in the second game.
That
Shanahan,
makes no sense.
That's the odd man
Had a-
out right there.
Shanahan had a third-string quarterback, won 10 straight games.
12.
He's kind of the 12, including playoffs. He's kind of GM with Lynch, but traded for McCaffrey, and that offense just turned into a wagon. Sirianni has developed Jalen Hurts into one of the best quarterbacks in the league, who someone was like, yep, he's a wide receiver.
A lot of people were out on
people.
Jalen.
And he has, if he doesn't get hurt, he's probably your MVP this year.
Go ahead, Gnar.
Do you think if DeMar Hamlin doesn't happen, Dan Campbell's in there above Sean McDermott?
Holy fuck.
That's harsh. But I didn't even think
I know
about
it's
it.
harsh, but
I didn't think of it either.
that's the only reasonable expectation because there's no chance in hell that
No shot he
McDermott
wins it. No shot he wins it because of that. No.
I
Oh, there's
forget-
no
how
chance
it's
in
gotta-
hell.
That's
How's
got to
it
be the
voted
only
on
reason he
again?
got in the top 5.
How's
I
it voted
mean-
on again?
I have
Is it-
no
It's
idea.
just media, right? It's
It
media.
just popped in my head. That has to be why he got in.
Think about it. Ham, continue the rant.
Okay. So overall, my Lions view on it, just an absolute disgrace. Detroit versus everyone, just nothing shocks me anymore with this league. Talk about a corrupt league, them. The NFL.
So they are
After I
rigged.
just said it's not. No, they're corrupt, not
Oh,
rigged.
yeah.
He's
Corrupt.
back.
Corrupt and rigged is different. Anyways, Dan Campbell. Let's go through his first 7 games. Bad, awful. People were calling him for firing, not me. I was calling for a new quarterback. Never mind. Jared Goff, you're my guy. He fires the secondary coach from week 8 to week. How many games do they play now?
Doug
18.
Peterson started 2-6 as well. Fun fact.
Yeah, not complaining, but get your.
So did
dad
Mike
some-
Tomlin.
No, I was
Yeah,
just
or like
saying,
Tom-
like,
we all did.
you
2
put.
and
we
6.
really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We all ended the same too.
But who I gotta give a lot of credit to, and it's shocking to say, is Sheila Hampford. It's unbelievable, the culture they have. Like her mother, God, she's not dead yet, but she's gonna look up on us, and that Lions not even down. She's gonna look up because
Jeez.
what she did to this franchise for the past 20 years. It's like there's hope now. I'm so excited. I'm looking at mock drafts. I'm looking at trades. And Dan Campbell has brought
Ford Motor
Johnson
Company. Looking
mean-
up.
Well, yeah. She's looking up because what she did to the Lions. She was talk about one of the worst one of the worst owners in the history. That woman. Well, that's a different story.
Yeah.
But yes, she's looking. She's not dead yet, but once she is,
No,
she'll look
she's
up.
close.
Like she's not invited to the parades. She's gonna look up at Sheila and just give her daughter a nice clap. I'm not even mad at the dad. I'm mad at Martha. Fucking Martha. Anyways, the whole coaching staff is former players, and Dan Campbell they're all Dan Campbell's guys. Like this is his whole regime. Like we're in the stage of the Dan Campbell show where it's all his guys.
Ben Johnson played.
Yeah.
What position?
There's quarterback.
Oh, really?
There's
know that.
not one Patricia guy. There's not one Quinn person anymore. They're all Dan Campbell's guys. So to look at Dan Campbell and to look at the franchise and how they started, and he made changes. It's not like he just rolled through them. He fired Aubrey Pleasant because he was just not like the secondary was getting cooked night in, week out, I should say.
Yeah.
They made adjustments to the defense. Like Aiden Hutchinson was in a 3-point stance the first 8 weeks. He's not a 3-point stance kind of guy. Get him standing up. That's where he dominated college. And look at his production from week 8 to week 18. He should be your rookie of the year. I'm full, like he had more impact than Sauce Gardner. And Sauce Gardner, yeah, he made All Pro. Sauce Gardner, just because you don't throw to someone doesn't mean you're not you're getting covered. That whole defense won that rookie of the year, not Sauce Gardner. And that might be hot, and that might be very biased.
I don't think it's hot or biased. I think it's an easy top 2.
If he's not, thankfully he's a finalist. If he wasn't a finalist, all hell would have broke loose on this podcast.
Yeah.
But to swing back to the Dan Campbell thing, you have the odds-on Super Bowl favorite head coach as a coach of the year. What did he do? What did he do this year? If anything, they disappointed. If you look at the Buffalo Bills and be like, you went 12-5 or 11-6, I forget what they went.
They
And
made
you're
it
gonna
just
lose-
as far as the Jags, and the Bills were Super Bowl favorites, and the Jags just had the number 1 overall pick in the draft.
You're gonna beat a Skylar Thompson team in playoffs and just look like a bunch of stuffed bozos in the snow at home in the second round. The Bills fans are erupt at the beginning of the year. They're like, redo the script. Like the script's wrong.
So there is a script.
No, you're not getting my point. Everyone else I could argue with. I could argue he even has a better resume than Shanahan, but I like Kyle Shanahan, and I feel like he deserves it because he had 2 quarterbacks go down. And if you look at most teams, if they're on their third string quarterback, they're packing their suitcases up and starting to watch some Saturday football. But that's my rant on the Detroit Lions, the ownership, the culture, and the corrupt NFL.
So just
Shout out Martha. Shout out Sheila Ford.
Just because you brought up Sauce, tell me if I'm crazy here. You can get Hutchinson out of the equation just because we're going to go cornerback to cornerback here. Tariq Woolen might have had a more impressive season at cornerback. And I think he's getting slept on strictly because of name recognition and draft position. Is that crazy town?
Spot on.
Because I know he's a finalist, right?
Yeah, it's Woolen, Hutch.
But I'm not sure there's a stat that Sauce is better in, especially at advanced defensive metrics. But it's Sauce Gardner.
Sauce is very good. Detroit guy, by the way.
Cool name.
Michigan guy. And
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He went to Martin Luther King.
All you
Shout
guys
out
got.
Michigan and Michigan State for not getting him.
My high school was just named after the city I lived in.
But with Sauce, like, yeah, he's probably a top 5 corner already, which really doesn't help my case.
That was my whole case
But,
for him winning it on the last episode we did.
He's one of the best corners in the league already. Hutch, you've still got 9.5 sacks is super cool for your rookie season, but you got to get to that elite, and that's the sophomore jump that he's got to take, and kind of moving on to the draft for us or free agency. You have D Payne, the Commanders defensive lineman that is in free agency, or you have Miles Murphy, Jalen Carter, and Brian Breezy in the draft. And putting a big force in the middle will only open up that whole left or right side, depending on, because that's what's nice about Hutch is you can put him on either side. And when that happens, I'm expecting Pro Bowl next year for him.
No, you looked like you had something to say right there near the end of that. It looked like something popped up, and then you were like, and I got to hear it. Yeah, Train, you saw it, Train?
I saw
Yeah.
I'm not a Lions fan, and and there's one player.
And you're a State fan.
Season.
And you're a State fan.
You're a little bit of a Lions fan.
I'm a little bit of a Lions fan. There's one player other than Amon-Ra that was on the Lions the entire year. Probably the best leader that you guys have on the defensive side of the football. And all you guys talk about is drafting some defensive tackle at the 5th slot. What the fuck is wrong with Isaiah Buggs?
There's
the guy
nothing
does
wrong
nothing
with
wrong.
Isaiah Buggs.
He's huge. He's a tank, and he gets me fired up.
Depends on what he wants.
Okay. Again,
but we want to draft a D tackle.
This is what
Gotta be faithful.
comes with the pain of actually winning. You got to get better. You got to rip attach the relationship.
You get better by not starting 1-7 or 1-6.
Or having a fast linebacker that can tackle on the edge.
I mean, you didn't have Justin Houston for the whole first half of the season.
Yeah, I want to know what happened. Why did we hold him? I'm super. Where did we hold him captive for a little bit?
Oh, he wasn't. It wasn't just a well-known injury.
I know. He was on the practice.
He's on the practice squad.
Wow, I just figured he was injured.
Wow.
Okay. Isaiah Buggs. He's 26 years old. He's Did you know who he got drafted by, Ryan?
Steelers.
Yep. He was a 2019 6th-round draft pick.
They find the good ones late, brother.
He is his career, or this season, he had 46 total tackles, 1 sack, 1 forced fumble. He is a cult leader, but he is not a top 30 defensive tackle in the league.
So
Am I crazy for that?
you think he'd
Yes,
be a
30.
DT2 on every team in the NFL?
Yeah.
Crazy.
He was on statistically one of the worst ranked defense. Like the defense is where they're gonna focus. Well, hopefully a majority of the draft, because it just was not a good unit.
You big Kirby Joseph guy?
I do like Kirby. Safeties are good because you'll have Tracy Walker coming back from his Achilles, and you'll have Kirby.
So you're okay with Kirby Joseph and Tracy Walker? Like you don't need to upgrade there, but you need an upgrade from Isaiah Buggs to a rookie?
Oh yeah, you need to upgrade the linebacker, you need another corner, and you need a D tackle. Like I feel like that is just what every Lions fan want.
That's what I'm seeing in the mock drafts. Yeah, they all want Moody in round 5. I'm interested.
Oh yeah, kicker. Great point.
I keep seeing kicker pop up. How early do you think the first kicker goes? I don't know if it's Moody because I mostly see Lions fan stuff.
I think it's Moody.
It's got to be because I know there's a couple Jags fans.
Well, he won the Ray Guy last year. Did he win it this year too? Ray Guy is in the best kicker.
Yeah. I think he's yeah.
Ray Guy Award. Let's see who won it this year. The Scarlet guy won it this year. No, Ray Guy's punter. Bryce Behringer got snubbed. I forgot about that. That makes me sick.
So how high? Where do you draft Moody? I mean, I assume that's who Lions fans want.
Yeah, I just want a kicker that can make a fucking 49-yard field goal, dude. Like that's all. That's all I ask for. We play inside. You're guaranteed 8 or 9 home games are inside. So you just need to be consistent. You gotta make your extra points. This whole kickers not making extra points is getting I get it's farther, but those should be automatic. I'm all aboard the Moody trend.
What round do you take him? What round do you take?
I don't know, dude. When do you what was that guy that the Bills took, the punter that ended up allegedly
Matt Araiza?
He was drafted in the 4th round. At 4th, 5th round?
It's a dire need. I was thinking that.
I think 5th is not a 4th.
It's a need for the Lions. Badgley wasn't very good towards the end of the year.
No, he was not. We've been struggling on kickers since we lost Prater. And it's so rough not having a kicker. I just haven't realized it. Just because we went from Hansen to Prater. We went from automatic to holy shit, is he gonna make this kick? It changes so much.
It was so.
We lost it.
It's monumental on some games.
Lumping onto the Matt Prater loss, we also lost one of the best Detroit Twitter accounts that's ever existed.
Drunk Matt Prater.
Drunk Matt Prater. Nothing would beat that after an extra period.
I haven't looked deep into the mocks. I'm just kind of filling around with the top 2 or the first couple rounds. When you look at Moxbach, do you see
Sebastian Janikowski? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
What a guy, dude! That guy was
he went so high in the draft. I'm trying to find out the highest drafted kicker opponent right now.
Probably some guy in the 40s or 50s.
The Raiders took him with the 17th overall pick in the NFL draft in 2000. Isn't that right?
Well,
isn't that bonkers?
He was a punter kicker. He did it all.
Pure kicker, pure punter. Yep.
17th overall. Holy shit!
But I couldn't even think. Yeah, you need a corner. You need a
cornerback. If we traded someone or for someone, what position would you like to?
Jalen Ramsey.
Other than Jalen Ramsey.
What was the question? I want my mock draft question.
Oh,
have you seen in mock drafts Lions taking kickers?
No. It only shows me the first round. No. I see people talking about it. I see people asking, when do you get Moody?
Besides Moody, I don't even know the best kicker out there.
I think Mooney might be the only one who gets drafted.
Ohio State's quarterback was
Ruggles, Noah
kickers
Ruggles,
was really good, except that New Year's Eve kick.
got
That
to
was
make it
bad,
on
but
New Year's to
he
make
was
the pros.
pretty automatic all year.
Yeah, fair enough. Let's talk Red Wings, Ham.
Oh God.
$9 million
Where
over
do you want
8
me to
years.
start
9
on
million per
this?
year, 8 years.
Okay,
Do you
so
ink that? Do you
I
ink
got
it? Do you ink it right away?
I got into a heated debate with my hockey friends. Some of them could kick Larkin to the curb yesterday, and they do it. Like they want him gone. Me, I look at some of the comparisons at who makes $7 and $8 million in the NHL, and it's like, oh, we're in trouble if we don't sign this guy. Like, if we don't re-sign him, we step back 3 to 5 years again.
You
It will
think?
be one of the worst decisions. I would be all aboard. Like maybe like
Be careful.
not
Be careful.
fire Stevie
Oh,
Y. No, I'm
okay.
not saying fire Stevie
He
Y.
just doesn't get the
But like
trust the eyes are playing stamp
that
anymore.
would be the like we're starting to boil the noodle kind of hot.
Now I'm going to treat you
Like-
like a real GM.
Yep. You aren't this cute little puppy dog. You're a mutt kind of.
I'm letting you off the leash. You better not run away.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like
Now we're
the
really
fact
testing
that
you.
they're-
You know?
the fact also Larkin, quit being a stingy fucking bitch. Sign with your hometown team. Take a little bit of a discount. Look at Sidney Crosby and Evgeny Malkin. Like ages ago, they would take hometown discounts to get their players around them better. Like just take 8.25 and run with it. 8 by 8.25. What does that come out to? $67 million. That's a lot in the NHL.
Oh, yeah. I always think to myself all the time, if I'd ever gone brazy in a sport and gotten a contract, I'd have gotten like just enough to have a very comfortable rest of the life. But that's really easy to say when I'm not sitting there inking a multi-million-dollar deal. But I think it's crazy. All these guys want to win and go to winning situations, and then they're like, nope, max contract, not a penny less. I know that's not what Larkin's doing. $9 million is semi-reasonable. But yeah,
And people always are like,
750,000.
oh yeah, his points aren't there. He's played on some of the worst Red Wings teams.
A lot of bad Red Wings teams.
He doesn't have an elite. Well, hopefully Raymond turns into this elite winger. He hasn't had an elite winger his whole career.
What's going on
And
with
you look
Rana?
at- I don't know. I see him putting up points in Grand Rapids.
Is he doing better?
I really want to know what happened. It's one of the oddest situations
Had to be
as
drugs,
like
dude.
a Red Wing fan like we've ever seen.
Had to be drugs.
Also, NHL related news. Looking at that Bo Horvat package.
Yes.
Thank God they did not trade for him. Holy shit.
A lot for
That
Bo
could've been
Horvat,
bad.
right?
Not a lot.
Top 12 protected pick, too.
Yes. Big fan of that Atu guy. I wanted the Red Wings to draft him so bad. Anyways,
He's dope.
but the thing with Bo Horvat is
Bo Scorvat.
after I yelled at you on Wednesday that you said you didn't want him. I kind of thought about it and was like, we would have two Dylan Larkins, two guys that kind of need a good winger, and that would be paying two guys $8 million at their level would be worrisome. So I'm
You
glad
would
they didn't
need
do
Raymond to turn into the guy.
yeah.
You got to wait and you got to pay the guy in free agency. You got to go out and get that guy, and then you
The thing
develop
that sucks
around
about
him.
hockey is that guy never happens in free agency because teams like the way hockey
Like
is, it's just
Huberdeau.
teams lock him up.
Yeah, but
Huberdeau.
he's been bad with Calgary this year.
Yeah, but he was a trade. He was in a trade. Not free
Oh, he
agency.
was?
Yeah, Gaudreau. You're thinking of Gaudreau.
Yeah. He's been solid, though, hasn't he?
He's on the worst team in the NHL.
Well, yeah. That's also Calgary, no? Or am I crazy? Or did
Columbus.
he leave Calgary?
He was on Calgary. Yeah.
He went out to the Blue Jackets?
Yeah.
What a dumb move, dude. Why
Yeah.
would someone willingly go play for the Columbus Blue Jackets?
Hockey's so weird. Like, I almost think Steve Yzerman
Ohio.
something up his sleeve.
That's a Joe Hio mention.
Is Columbus the only Ohio hockey team?
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't think they have one.
They have an AHL team. And then the Toledo Walleye, shout out Gabe. That's two Ohio references now.
Why are Ohio teams so spread out across the state? Like in the NFL, you got
Ohio's a big
Cincy and
state.
Cleveland, and then in the NHL, you got
That's
Columbus.
NC and Cleveland are on the opposite side of the state. You know that, right? Like Cincinnati.
I know you've got
should be in Kentucky.
you've got three national sports teams in your state, and they're all not close to each other.
What?
Like you got Cleveland, since three different cities in the same state with sports teams is
I
pretty
got you,
wild,
I'm thinking.
especially for Ohio.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
Detroit,
Ohio's large.
all of our teams are Detroit. It's not like we
Yeah,
have.
but that's our biggest. Like, it's the big city. Like, those three are big cities.
Not huge.
Not huge,
They're
yeah.
big.
Big-ish.
They're bigger than Grand Rapids.
That may be.
Like,
I don't know
they're-
populations very
They're
well.
definitely bigger than Grand Rapids.
Check pop.
Not nicer though.
Shut up, Bob Barr.
Not
I'm
Inner
just-
City, USA.
I've been through Cincinnati multiple times. Give me GR 10 times out of 10. Anyways, let's talk NBA.
Oh, I was hoping to say college basketball.
Let's talk college basketball. What do you got for us college basketball? You want to talk state?
We can talk whatever. I pay attention to all of the teams. We can talk about state.
How many Big Ten?
I
How many
never
Big
wanna
Ten
go
teams?
play.
How many Big Ten teams make March Madness this year, Ham?
6.
8, 6,
Eight.
8, and Michigan's not going to be one of them.
Have you watched that basketball team?
No, I have. I'm just struggling. I just don't think 8 Big Ten teams make it.
When does Juwan Howard's seat get warm?
I was calling for his fire a couple weeks ago, I think, but everyone's
Yeah,
like,
I
"Oh,
noticed that.
Beeline needed a couple years." Beeline needed a couple years to get good, yes, and he had some bad seasons. Juwan Howard started hot and then went down, even though his recruiting class went up. Like, you got a bunch of scrubs who Beeline sat, developed, grew, found underrated guys, however he did what he did, leaders in the locker room. Those guys slowly fade out. You bring in recruiting classes that Michigan has historically not brought in basketball, and you get worse. And I'm just supposed to, like, give you a chance again because we're losing recruits already, so recruiting better's out of the book. His X's and O's are fine, but the man can't construct a good lineup on the court. And the worst
your
thing
rotations
is
are weird.
we lose games week after week the same ways, and he gets up there and he goes, "All right, same 5 who started
Run it
last
back."
game. Change something, or you change your coach. I'd rather have Martelli be the head coach right now.
He is your head coach.
Yeah, that's my guy. What a guy he is. And I like
So-
Jawan too, but if you're gonna have the temper Jawan's got, you got to be winning basketball games.
Back to the Big Ten. I think it's 8 or 9 because I was thinking on the back of my head. You got Purdue, you got Rutgers,
Purdue,
you
yep.
got Illinois, you got Indiana has been one of the hottest teams in the nation, even though they lost last night.
Trace Jackson
MSU.
Davis.
I love him. You want to hear a crazy stat about Trace Jackson Davis?
Yes, please. I'd love to hear a
He's
crazy
been at-
stat about Trace
He's been at
Jackson Davis.
Indiana. He's been at Indiana for 4 years. Their best player. They've won 10 road games in 4 years with him. as
No
their
way.
player. Yeah,
How many road games they play?
I don't know. I
Yeah,
didn't get
we're ready for
far
that,
in
huh?
baseball.
Ben.
All right, continue. Indiana.
Northwestern. What a story they are.
Yeah.
Iowa, Maryland. That's 8, and then Penn State could possibly creep in. But Penn State needs a couple more wins, especially after what just happened tonight.
Did you say Michigan State?
Yeah.
Okay.
I rattled. I got 9.
Did you say Ohio State early on too?
I did not. They're not.
Okay.
They're not going to make the tournament. Yeah.
Do you think there's a chance there's an Ohio State Michigan NCAA championship in the NIT?
Oh my God.
I remember growing up not being super into March Madness because Michigan was never in it, but I was just kind of a state guy for basketball because my buddy had season tickets and would take me to games, and it was like, all right. And I wasn't like we weren't a big Michigan household. It's just who my grandpa rooted for, so it's who my dad rooted for. And then basketball would roll around and be like, oh, well, football's over. Like, might as well watch the team in Michigan that doesn't stink. And then we made a couple
Ohio
March
State
Madness.
might not even make the NIT. They might be the CBI.
I remember I was looking for the little NIT bracket in the Sunday papers to see if we even made it. And we didn't always
The
make
NIT
it, man.
The NIT, whoever abbreviated the NIT, means
Not important
invited.
tournament.
Not invited tournament.
Oh, I always say not important.
I think the not invited tournament's better.
But they did get invited to a tournament.
But you're not in the tournament.
They're in a
Dude, March
tournament.
Madness just we're at the worst. We're getting to the best time of the year.
I think I'm going to be a
March
big
Madness is the best
Rutgers
time of
fan
year.
come bracket time.
Steve Pickle.
I'm just here for the story. I love Rutgers. I always feel so bad for them in football, dude.
I don't like Rutgers.
Why, dude? Like, we used them just to
They
get
don't-
access to New
they don't
York
deserve
for
us.
Big Ten championship games.
They
Everyone's
agreed to it.
I know, but we're just like, yeah, give us the New York market. They're like, hey, we're walking here. And then we just go stomp them in football every once in a while. Like, come on. Let the little brother have a good run for once, you know?
No, but I think it's one of the weirdest years in college basketball. It kind of reminds me of the NFL, where no one truly knew who the best team was, like the whole regular season. Like Purdue, it's all Edey. It's and he's unstoppable, and I don't understand it. I do because he's 7'6", but it's just pass it to Edey. He scores 30. If he gets him, the whole him not fouling thing, I know we've talked about this. One of the most egregious things in college basketball.
It's got to happen.
How are you 7'6" and play perfect defense? It's just impossible.
It's like, you ever see those videos of those kids in middle school who are just super tall, and by the way they move and stuff, you're like, oh, yeah, he's good because he's a foot taller than everybody. Zach Edey just looks like the evolved version of that. Like, the way he just kind of moves around, it's like, well, I mean, Luka Garza, like, he was big, but he could shoot. He had some, like, aggression to him. Zach Edey just looks like a confused tall kid who doesn't know why he's 7'6" and everybody's shorter than him. Like, he's dribbling around the court like, why am I taller than these guys? Well, put the ball in the hoop. Like, he looks like a confused 8th grader who is just taller than everybody around him.
The problem with college basketball is Zach Edey's the best player this year. Like, last year we had Paulo. Last year we had Chet. Like, we had those fun superstars that you could get excited about. Zach Edey's the best college basketball player, and that's just the issue.
Does Armando Bacot suck?
He'd probably be an first or second team All-American, but it's just Brandon Miller from Alabama going to be a dog. There's not a lot of NBA talent, because you have Wembanyama doesn't play in college. Scoot Henderson doesn't play in college. The Thompson brothers don't play in college. So it's just all the top, when you look at the mock draft, a lot of them just don't go to college. They're overseas or on the Ignite.
Yeah, I saw Jet mocked 6 somewhere, and that's
he's going to be really good.
Yeah, but now he's going to be a one and done, and you're not even seeing he's not necessarily an exciting guy either to watch. He'll be good, but
basketball is just a bad product. It's it's my favorite product to probably watch out of all the sport. I probably like watching college basketball more than hockey sometimes, but I think I like it so much because it's so bad.
Everybody cares. Yeah, you watch NBA and someone lines up for a 3, and you're like, okay, obvious. Someone lines up in college, I don't know if that guy shot a 3-pointer before.
Rosie.
Yeah, and sometimes it is. Sometimes that guy pulls up for that shot, and you're like, what? Especially when you're watching those Canisius games and those Coppin State games.
Maine versus Bryant. That's why I love college basketball, is because you just watch some of the fun. It's just bad basketball, but it's fun.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. With that,
okay, you can pivot to the NBA now.
Fuck the NBA. We're going straight to the wager wheel.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
The NBA is on the wager wheel, so we can talk about it if it comes up.
Okay.
But
we got a couple months still till NBA matters.
It's And
At least
if the
3 months.
Pistons were decent, we could talk about it. If there wasn't a lottery, we could talk about Wembanyama to the Pistons. But we'll probably have the worst record in the league. We'll probably get like 6th or 7th pick in the draft. Because if you want to talk about rigged sports,
That's Brandon Miller range.
ooh, that lottery is so fucking rigged, dude. If you think the NBA doesn't decide the outcome of that lottery,
That
you
I
are
can
crazy.
agree with. Lotteries are rigged. I'll fully jump on board with it.
Wembanyama's going to go to some big. I guarantee he's not going to be a Piston. Guarantee it. Not a doubt in my mind. All right. You guys don't know what's on the wheel for the most part. You can't see the wheel. I can see the wheel. I haven't updated Fire and Frosty yet because we did NFL only. And we only have one more week of that. So those two would just like immediately get dropped off the board, and they were all NFL. This one's a lot of everything. We got college basketball. We got a future on there, the nuke, the free pick, and a bunch of NBA bets. This is almost going to be a little bit of a warm-up for Fire and Frosty because it's on a gap week for football. So we're not going to put this one on there. However, we are counting personal records. Gnar and I are off to 1-0 starts. Trang got the first touchdown scorer. It's harsh but true reality. So he falls to 0-1. And Hammy's making the debut this week. Maybe I include
I'm on
the
the
record.
record book. I wasn't on the record books last time.
Yeah, you don't even have zeros under your name right now. But we'll talk about having a little.
Didn't my touchdowns? Who did I have? Garrett Wilson, my touchdown scorer, hit the last time I was on here.
When you were on, I think we hit all of our bets.
Yeah.
Or I missed my teaser
You
pick
missed
in
one
our four-way
tease,
teaser, and it was
but
the only
everything
tease
else.
I
Only
lost
thing
all
that-
year. Besides division weekend. But yeah, we had a good week. So Ham technically is 1-0. 1-0 on teasers on the year. If you want to backdate. Who wants the first wheel spin?
We haven't heard from Coltrane. I need a little Coltrane writing a little love into my ear.
It's been a little.
Let's spin it. Let's
For you, Train?
Just
Spinning
like
for you?
GTA.
spin it for What else am I gonna say?
Here's the
Yeah.
train spin. Big money, no whammies.
Man,
It really bothers me we can't see it right now.
right? You have no idea what's happening.
Oh,
And if
oh, it's so close again.
touchdown score.
Are you ready? Are you ready, Train?
If it's like first basket or like method of first basket for an NBA game, I'm gonna freak out.
It's not bad. Give me a home spread in college basketball.
So are we doing tomorrow?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Could I get a minute while you spin for someone else?
I feel
Absolutely.
like that's exactly. Yep.
All right.
Home spread
Gnar, you're up,
college
buddy.
basketball. Gnar, are you ready?
Okay. Yeah.
Here we go. Wheels off.
I really wish I had home spread.
I wish you could have put like the
tomorrow.
Wheel of Fortune music in here.
Give me a
It
home
would
money.
probably be pretty loud.
Oh, you called it, Gnar. Home money line NBA.
Fuck. Damn it! I want college basketball.
Ham, you ready for your spin? Or Train, do you have
Yeah,
one
go.
yet?
Go crazy.
I'm not even at the.
All right,
The
Gnar,
game.
you got home money line NBA.
Okay.
Ham, here we go.
This should be
Give me
easy.
future.
Oh, there's only one. Oh, it's coming up slowly. Oh, get there. It's a future. Oh my God. I don't know. You called that and it was like on the other side of the wheel.
So do we want long shot? Like, do we want a long shot or we want reasonable?
You can do whatever. We'll make sure it's quoting on the records. You put future on the wheel and then you called it for your wheel spin and then it landed on your wheel spin. That's pretty incredible.
See, I wanted this,
Perfect.
but I have a couple futures I like.
Oh no.
That's the issue.
Go with the
Oh, no.
one that made you tell me to put future on the wheel.
I can go.
Eagles.
Go train.
I would like, and this is kind of complicated
Okay.
because North Dakota State and South Dakota plays, but I want South Dakota State against North Dakota, so they all play against you. Like, there's
That
a whole
kicks
lot of
ass.
So
There's a whole
you
lot
got
of
you got
states.
the South Dakota State Jackrabbits against the North Dakota who?
Yeah, I don't know.
Miners?
No,
I don't know, bro.
they're the Cougars.
As you can say,
Are you
Andy,
sure that's not North Dakota State Cougars?
Nope, North Dakota State's the Bison.
Okay. Yes, that is 100% right.
Obviously.
So you want the South Dakota State Jackrabbits home spread against the North Dakota Cougars.
Yes.
What is that home spread?
-10.
All right. So we got San Diego State -10 at
No,
home.
South
South
North
Dakota.
North Dakota.
What did I say?
You said San Diego.
San Diego.
He's thinking about Kawhi Leonard, bro.
I keep thinking SDSU. South Dakota State Jackrabbits -10 at home against North Dakota Cougars.
No,
Yes.
they're not the Cougars, but
Oh.
stance.
Against North Dakota. Regular
I thought they
North
were-
Dakota.
South Dakota Cougars. This
I'm gonna
is
put it
just
in
a
right
lot.
now. I'm gonna
You'll
put it
never
in right
find a
now.
podcast to talk more about the Dakotas in your life.
South Dakota State Jackrabbits home spread against North Dakota, whatever they are.
Bang.
Yes.
Ham, do you have the future? Gnar, do you have your pick, or should I spin?
Let me give you your odds. Spin. I need to find the odds.
All right, I'm spinning.
I'm ready.
I'm spinning, but you can go. It's just a little in the background.
All right. I got Cavs money line tomorrow night against the Grizzlies. Just like the Cavs team, and they're at home. So give me the money line. They're 4.5-point favorites right now. You just need them to win.
I got
You're getting
assists.
some easy ones.
I got
Oh,
assists over and under.
Oh,
I got to go to
just go
the.
get somebody on. Just go get somebody on the Lakers because we're gonna be throwing LeBron every.
We got to
day.
go to the sports books for this.
How does it
I'm-
feel
I'm-
to be having like two maybe of the easiest spins you could have spinned in the last and
Home
the
money
two?
line. Home money.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
Yeah, it's gonna
Who
look good.
do you got, Gnar? Who do you got,
Look
Gnar?
good. Cavaliers
Caval-
against the Grizzlies.
Cavaliers home
It's on
money.
national. Yeah.
Cavaliers
And it's
home
on
money
national
line.
television, so
South
you can watch
Dakota
it.
State -10 home
this is gonna
against
be
North Dakota.
February 2nd.
Ham, what future do you got?
February
I'm
2nd.
giving you two. I'm saying fuck your rules about one. I got two. I got one for college basketball, and I got one for hockey.
That's fine. We'll
So
take
let's-
extra content.
The hockey, let's go the Edmonton Oilers to win the Pacific plus 300.
Love it.
I'll take it right
And-
now. Slow down.
They talk that you have two of the best players in the league in Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. You're going to have Kenny Holland, who former Red Wing GM, making a push in the trade deadline because they are like 9-0. They're on like a 10-game win streak, I feel like. They have found something that Stuart Skinner is kind of a, like nobody got hot goaltender. They're rolling. Vegas Golden Knights, who I believe is leading the division right now. Their captain just got back surgery, out for the year. So they are in prime position to just make a push. They currently are three points back. So you're getting plus 100 for 3 points, pretty much.
So
They're 7-1-2 in their last 10. Excuse me.
I'm looking through NBA games on the sports book, and no one's letting me take assists over unders yet.
Lines aren't out.
They're not even giving me any player props.
It's been that
But-
much again.
Because
Take the over on somebody.
I believe in myself, and because damn, that's not for tomorrow. I need tomorrow's games today.
All right. What was your other one, Ham?
Creighton to make the Final Four plus 1,000.
Ooh.
Where are you getting these? FanDuel.
That one was Barstool, but I'm sure you can. I don't know if you can on FanDuel. I'm sure DraftKings, I feel like, has them all. I know you guys are DraftKings guys.
No, I got money in Barstool.
I
as
have
well, so
FanDuel
I can hop over
downloaded
there.
right now.
Or nope, you can do it on FanDuel as well. They're plus 900 on FanDuel, so plus 1,000 on Barstool. You get not
take
you
it.
get
I'll
100
take it.
more odds.
They're both going to be on Barstool, and they're going to be my only open bets on Barstool until football.
So, because I care for the people, and I put it on the wheel, I'm just gonna like take a name and say fuck it. Whatever the assist is, we're gonna go over it. We're not gonna go under. Fuck that. We're gonna double down on the Cavaliers. Give me the. Is Darius Garland playing right now? Or am I gonna say?
Dude, he could be load managing tomorrow for all I know.
Yeah.
Another reason that league stinks.
Call it out, Darius Garland, and then if we need to update it via Twitter, we can.
Yeah, give me the Darius Garland over assists. If he's hot, give me the John Morant over assists. If he doesn't play, give me Donovan Mitchell over assists. That's what I got for you.
It's a national. It's a
That's
national
what I.
televised
That's
game.
what I
Isn't there
got
an
for you.
incentive they have to play?
Maybe, but in that order:
could be
Darius Garland,
completely off
John
there.
Morant, Donovan Mitchell, over assists. I don't care what the line is. You take it. You lock it
I'm
in.
about to watch.
I'm too hot.
I'm
I
about to
can't be
watch that
stopped.
game for the-
I'm starting wager wheel 1-0. I couldn't be stopped in the teaser besides a bullshit, fraudulent division weekend. I'm hot. Lock it in. Darius Garland over assists. I don't give a fuck what the line is. Any closing thoughts before we go, folks?
I got another future. Eagles plus 2,200.
Wow. 2,200?
That's
what
you
they're
took
at.
it in, like September, right?
August 30th, yeah.
Oh,
my
no one
God.
can get that now, though. I thought you were
Oh.
thought you were calling Eagles money line.
Bach thought I just found some Asian website that has Eagles plus 2,200.
Yeah, Ham's getting hacked over here, and we're just like, yeah, dude, you place that bet, man. That's all we got for this week. Thanks for visiting the pod, Ham. Jux and All Things Sports podcast presented by Always Boolin. YouTube, like and subscribe. Spotify, drop a follow, drop the 5-star, and don't forget, as always, fist it.
Homosexual.
Oh, fuck! Next home.